All right.
There we go.
While they're getting their picture taken, we'll talk about high senior team overall. The top three teams, let's just go with the third place team was Lorraine Sandusky, Kale Hamker, Claire Linden, and Caden Bursick. Second place team was Stark, Ben Herstein, Justin Landis, Jordan Landis, and Andrew Walker. And in first place, the combination of Belmont, Brown, and Clinton with Brianne Workman, Hannah Griffith, and Sydney Biden. Okay, last but not least, senior overall team, reasons. Third place was the team of Belmont, Brown, Clinton with Brianne Workman, Hannah Griffith, and Sydney Biden. Never second, I'm sorry. Third place was Lorraine Sandusky, Kale Hamker, Claire Linden, and Katie Bursick. I already announced the second place team, and the overall reasons team was Stark County with Andrew Walker, Jordan Landis, Justin Landis, and Ben Herstein. Congratulations. If we have anybody with the open contest that'd like to see the results, I have them down here also. And I'll be posting some of them over by the wall at some point.
Did you see me like go down from here though?
I could see you up here. Did you see me?
This is hot. Can you get the
What was that?
Install.
Here, honey.
That will be first. So head your kids to the ring at this time.
Automatically goes off.
Want some milk?
Sure.
Have a cup with it.
Keep it open when you do.
No, the rest.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot.
She's just been in the office.
I saw Jason like a couple hours ago.
They're doing all three at once.
What did you say?
They're doing all three at once. Are they doing 3 rings or 2?
Are you able to do 3?
You do 2.
They're doing 3, aren't they?
I think so.
Oh. John's recording.
Well,
All right, Pee Wee Showman, we're ready for you here in the Coliseum. So bring your caps in. All right, Pee Wee Showman, you're going to be here in the middle of the ring between the green cones. So come on in. You don't need to stall a little bit. Just come over here to the green cones. These folks will show you where to be. And then you'll get judged there. I'd like to welcome you to the 2026 Spring Dairy Expo Showmanship Contest. We appreciate you joining us this afternoon. My name is Judy Wolford and I'm the MC for this evening. As you can see before us, we have 3 rings set up. So once we get done with Pee Wee Showmanship, we will be doing the first heat of junior, intermediate, and senior showmanship all at the same time. And during that time, our judges will pick winners to come back and compete for overall Showman of Showman. We'd like to thank our judges who are with us here today. Our judge for the junior division is Katie Berry from Burbank, Ohio. Katie is married to Zach Berry, and together they are raising their 3 children, Carter, Kipton, and Brooks. Katie grew up in Mechanicsburg, Ohio on her family's dairy farm where she developed a deep love for the Jersey cattle and the excitement of showing them at local, state, and national levels. Katie was a member of the 2015-16 Ohio 4-H dairy judging team where she earned high individual at the All-American Dairy Show and 7th overall at the North American International Livestock Exposition. She has since gone on to judge several shows such as the Little All-American Royal in Colorado, the Kansas Summer 4-H Show, and multiple county fairs. Katie and her husband have bred and owned multiple champions across both the Jersey and Brown Swiss breeds. Today, they own and operate ZK Cattle, where they focus on raising high-quality registered Jersey and Brown Swiss cattle. Our intermediate division judge is Hannah Simpson of Salem, Ohio. Hannah is a dairy nutrition consultant with Centerra Co-op, where she specializes in calf and heifer nutrition. Hannah, with her husband Ben and their 3 children, Brooks, Walker, and Elena, exhibit cattle under the prefix of Prelude Ohio Genetics, and they enjoy showing at the county, state, and national levels. Hannah has an accomplished background in dairy judging, beginning with her participation on the Ohio 4-H dairy judging team that placed second at World Dairy Expo in 2014. She was also high individual at the All-American Dairy Show that same year. In 2015, she competed on the ATI dairy judging team, which went undefeated at all 3 national contests. She concluded her competitive judging career at Ohio State, earning second high individual at the All-American Dairy Show in 2018. Hannah is passionate about giving back to the dairy industry and enjoys using her experiences to mentor and encourage youth exhibitors as they develop both in and out of the show ring. Our senior division judge is Damon Berkey from Maria Stein, Ohio. Damon is the owner-operator of Steinway Dairy with his wife Jackie and their 3 daughters, Paige, Madison, and Hannah. Damon is in business with his parents, Dave and Jane. Steinway Dairy is home to 120 registered Holsteins and Brown Swiss in West Central Ohio, where they exhibit at county, district, state, and national shows. It is safe to say that Judge Berkey has our most experienced and most likely our toughest division of the day, but he says he is honored to be here and to be a part of the journey for our youth. All 3 of our judges are helping with the Pee Wee Showmanship at this time. There are a lot of awards that will be handed out this evening, but first and foremost, we would like to thank the American Dairy Association Mideast. They're headquartered here in Columbus, Ohio, and they'll be providing prizes to our Pee Wee class, in addition to $20 for each showmanship participant that will be given out in a white envelope. They have also generously sponsored pizza for our showmanship competitors tonight. And as you come out of the barn to the Coliseum, you'll see they have a table set up with all kinds of pizza and some milk there as well. During our heats, these showmen chosen to come back to finals for a chance to win their age division will receive a product from Sullivan Supply Incorporated. We want to thank Spring Dairy Expo for financing those useful awards. Once our final rounds are completed, the top 10 showmen in each division will receive a neck medallion, thanks to our group that operates Spring Dairy Expo. Each first and second place division winner will receive an insulated tumbler engraved with the Spring Dairy Expo logo and age division. These were done by Skylar Buell, creative design specialist at Select Sires Incorporated, located in Plain City. Additionally, each division winner will receive a banner created by Back in the Barn Boutique, owned and operated by Shauna Barr. These were graciously purchased by PPCA. Our winning senior showman will receive the 4th annual Tron Showtail Award, sponsored by the Terry Ron Guild. Today, our representatives, Dallas Wren and myself, will present this award. Lastly, we would like to deeply express our thanks to the American Dairy Association Mideast, in cooperation with the Ohio Dairy Farmers and Scott Higgins for sponsoring the Coliseum for today, not only for showmanship, but also for the judging contest this morning. We would not be able to host these events for our youth without the continued support from our sponsors. Let's give a round of applause to all our donors who have contributed to us today. As our Pee Wee exhibitors pull in for their final discussion by our judges, we should be thinking about getting to the ring. If you are in Heat 1 in junior, intermediate, or senior divisions. So if you're in Heat 1 in any of those divisions, you're going to want to start heading to the ring.
What about a round of applause for all of our Pee Wee showmen that we had out this evening? I say the future is very bright for our state of Ohio with all these juniors out here. So congratulations, and we can't wait to see you guys in the future.
Okay, as you enter the ring for Heat 1, juniors, you will be closest to the barn. Intermediate showmen will be in the middle between the green cones, and senior showmen will be on the far end of the Coliseum between the orange cones.
Your sisters. Your sisters.
Yes.
you're a junior or intermediate in Heat 1, come on into the ring. You don't have to wait.
Potentially an awkward announcement, but here in our junior ring down here, if anybody's feeling kind and generous, we could probably use a ring man to help keep our juniors in line, just for extra safekeeping. I'm gonna assume if no one comes down here, that's a no, but you know what? I maybe see a volunteer. Thank you in advance.
If you are in Heat 2, the junior ring is coming to a conclusion in Heat 1. So if you're in Heat 2, junior division, you want to be headed down to the ring at this time. Helping with our awards today are the Ohio Holstein Queen and her runner-up. Our Ohio Holstein Queen for 2026 is Brianna Workman. She lives on her family's farm, Key Ridge Shorthorn Farms, where they raise registered shorthorn cattle. Yes, those are beef cows. She started 4-H back in 2017 and decided to show milking shorthorn as well. Eventually, Holsteins came into the mixture of show cattle. They just have a small dairy farm now, and she plans on continuing to grow it. She is very excited for this year serving as queen and can't wait for all the countless memories to be made. Our runner-up this year is Savannah Ruthroff. She is 20 years old and is currently studying dairy production at the Ohio State University ATI. Agriculture has always been a huge part of her life, and she's grown up showing cattle and sharing her passion for the dairy industry, including serving as Mahoning County Dairy Princess. After college, she plans to return home to the family farm as a fourth-generation dairy farmer and continue the legacy that means so much to her. She is also grateful to have the opportunity to represent and advocate for the dairy community. Let's give these girls a round of applause.
Junior's up so far that way, I don't have them in. They're not lining up yet.
If you're in Heat 2 of intermediate showmanship, you'll want to be at ringside at this time.
an exceptional class of intermediate showmen to start off our heats for the day, and they did not make it easy on me. And starting with this young man in first, though, these two young men at the top, they really sorted themselves out. It was neck and neck all the way through. Even had to ask them a couple questions just to try to cheer them up. But this young man with his jersey calf, I don't think they ever missed a beat. The calf walked with him, pulled throat. She was so smooth on the halter all the way through. I gave them a little pointers when they're around the ring, just moving those legs when I'm walking around them, but so much control over that calf. Not taking anything away from the young man with the yearling. This heifer, he displayed her in such a beautiful way. Started fighting there just a little bit at the end. That just kind of gave him a little bit of a nudge under the young man at first, but a really, really good job. The young lady in third with the little calf. Just love the way that she commands that calf. It's really elegant way she walks and all the knowledge that she had of this calf. Just like to see her slow down just a little bit, hold that halter just a little bit with more control so she can control that calf. Young lady in fourth, when she walked in, I really thought she was going to be right up there in the top two. Just like to see her pinch down that tail head just a little bit, to have her like to throw her tail head up a couple times. Young lady with the Swiss calf, love the knowledge that she had of this calf. Just like to see her pull that head down just a little bit. She'd like to hike it up a little bit in the air for me today. Young man with the red and white yearling, really nice job. Just like to see him slow down just a little bit, have her like to sidestep quite a bit for him there at the end. The young lady with the milk cow, a lot of knowledge on her cow. She led her with so much ease. Just like to see her switch up those leg placings when we get them in line and when she's walking around the ring. Young man with the jersey heifer, really knowledgeable. Like to just see him not have that lead strap coiled through. But great class of intermediate showmen. Congratulations.
Yes, let's give them a round of applause. So Heat 2 of intermediate showmen, you can enter the ring at this time. We're almost done with Heat 1 in senior showmanship, and we've just completed the class of junior showmanship in Heat 1. So if you're in Heat 2 in any of those divisions, you're going to want to be at ringside.
What a great class of junior showmen here this evening. The young gentleman here coming on in first, I just liked the way that he held his heifer together. It was kind of a tougher class. None of the heifers really wanted to cooperate, but he answered all the questions that I was asking him. He just had that composure over this young gentleman here in second. The reason I placed him in second is because he had his hand, the halter wrapped around his hand, and I told him, I said, I loved everything except for the way that you had your head carriage on your heifer, so that is why he's placing second today over third. She knew where I was. Every time that I look at her in the ring, I just wish that she would just be a little quicker setting up or a little more knowledgeable about her heifer, just like everybody else here in the class today. Just needs to be a little quicker when they come into line and just know where the judge is at all times. But a good start to the junior showmanship here this evening. Congratulations.
For me today, I had the first class of senior division here, and I'm starting off with the three young ladies at the top. For me, it was fairly easy. These three girls had their cows floating around the ring, did not have to fight them, had their hand placement where it needed to be at all times, kept their head and neck extended, and made the heifer look at her best the entire time they were in the ring. First, second, and third kind of sorted themselves to the top fairly easy for me. They always had their eyes on me. Every time I looked back, they would know where I'm at, and when they stop, they'd have their heifers set up right away. When I asked questions, they had the answers for them, and they had the correct answers for them. Take nothing away from the group of kids below. They've all done a really fine job. Some of these heifers just didn't want to cooperate for them today. They had getting out of the barn probably for the first time this week, and cool air. The heifers just acted up on them a little bit. Maybe took them a little bit longer to get them back in line, or get their hands back where they needed to be, or get their heads back in line so the heifer didn't get her back to looking her very best. So, congratulations to this first heat of seniors.
You're welcome. Okay, so at the end of Heat 1, we have 3 juniors who will be returning for overall junior showmanship, and they are Lorelei Ostrovic, Noah Arp, and Cooper Call. In intermediate showmanship, we have 4 that will be returning for overall intermediate showman. Those are Avery Randall, Mackenzie Top, Brady Cole, and Luke Albright. And in our senior division, Heat 1, there'll be 3 returning for overall senior showmen. Those will be Taylor Stone, Ava Lammers, and Renee Bach. Congratulations to all these individuals. We are now competing for Heat 2 in junior, intermediate, and senior showmanships.
Guess I should put which one's which, huh?
Okay, one other exciting thing that's going on in the dairy industry for juniors is Dairy Palooza. Now, this year's Dairy Palooza will be held April 18th at the Wayne County Fairgrounds. Registration is at 8 a.m. with the programming starting at 9 a.m. Pre-registration fee is $12 per person, and it must be postmarked by April 3rd. Now, there are applications for registration here at the table in the Showmanship ring, but I'm sure they'll always be over at Cooper Arena as the show goes on this week, tomorrow and Friday. If you don't see anybody with one, hit up Bonnie Ayers, because I guarantee she has some. Now, one other thing that's pretty exciting that they're doing this year for Dairy Palooza is a scholarship. So if you've been coming to Dairy Palooza for the past 3 years, you can apply for a scholarship. and those are for any higher learning institution, and there are going to be 2 scholarships given out. So please register for that as well, fill that out. There's applications here at the table. They'll also be over in Cooper Arena this week, or see Bonnie Ayers. Our judge has almost completed her placings in junior showmanship division, or heat 2. So if you're in heat 3 in junior showmanship, please be headed to the ring. Our judge is also finishing heat 2 in intermediate showmanship. So if you're in heat 3 in the intermediate, you'll want to be headed this direction.
Another great class of junior showmen here today. I pulled this young gentleman here with the Guernsey out. He just handles his heifer a lot smoother than the young lady here coming out in second. He was a little quicker on her feet and legs. She just cooperated with him a lot better today than the young lady here out in second. The young lady, second over third, she was a little quicker on her rear set of feet and legs when I would walk behind her or have them stop. Her head carriage was just as smooth as the young gentleman here out. And first, I just wish she was a little quicker, like I told everybody down the line today. I just want them to be quicker, knowing where I am, knowing when to stop their animal, and just putting them together, working together as a team. The weather is not helping any of some of these heifers out here. They just do not want to cooperate, and that is okay. So I give this class a bigger appreciation because these kids are fighting some of these bigger heifers. So congratulations to everybody in this class.
In our second heat of intermediate showmen, these three ladies here at the top really sorted themselves out, and I told them I was going to let them duke it out here in the overall later. A lot of things that they did well and a couple things that they could improve on. We kind of went over that when they were in line. But this young lady with the cow just had so much control over her the whole time, had her set up, had her legs under her, told her just to flip that strap just to make sure it's on the right way. The lady with the Swiss heifer did such a nice job there. At the end, that heifer just liked to throw around a little bit. But commanded the ring, loved the head carriage and the knowledge that she knew about her heifer. The young lady in third really just swept you away with the smoothness and the mobility that she had around the ring. Just told her I'd like to see a little bit higher head carriage on that heifer and pull throat just a little bit more on her Jersey heifer. And this young lady with the Swiss yearling, just so smooth, just like to see her keep those legs underneath her just a little bit more. And same with the young lady with the red heifer. These two are really close. Just like to see them keep those legs underneath them a little bit better when we're setting them up. And these other individuals here, down here, they just like to see them walk a little bit smoother. Their heifers were acting up just a little bit, pull throat just a little bit, keep those legs under them. And then this young man here, just have a smaller halter so it's not as big down on the nose. But a great class of intermediate showmen. Congratulations.
So our second here, I told the kids I'd line them up in no particular order. So I sorted my better showmen to the top, and they were quicker with their answers. We had to ask some questions, and they seemed a lot more comfortable with their answers. They seemed more sure of their answers. They were quick to set the feet. They constantly had their eyes on me, and they had their heifer or their animal looking the best going around the ring. Take nothing away from the kids that are not coming back. We did a fair job in here today. I just like to see a little quicker with your answers, a little more sure helps. And to get your heifers, having your hands in the right place, honestly keeping your eyes on me. Can I get a round of applause for this heat, for this division, please?
Okay, so Heat 3 in senior showmanship should also be entering the ring. So coming back from Heat 2 in the junior division, there'll be one out of Heat 2, and that's Brantley Hess. Congratulations, Brantley. In intermediate showmanship, there'll be 3 individuals who come back to compete for overall champion, and that is Emma Hahn, Audrey Lammers, and Kylie Holmes. In Heat 2 from senior showmanship, we will also have 3 returning for overall champion. Those will be Maddie Varga, Emma Hirschberger, and Katie Bursick. Congratulations. I'd like to recognize our judges again today. In the junior showmanship ring, our judge is Katie Berry from Burbank, Ohio. Katie is married to Zach Berry, and together they are raising 3 children, Carter, Kipton, and Bricks. Katie grew up in Mechanicsburg on her family's dairy farm, where she developed a deep love for the Jersey cattle and the excitement of showing them at the local, state, and national levels. Katie was a member of the 2015-16 Ohio 4-H Dairy Judging Team, where she earned high individual at the All-American Dairy Show and 7th overall at the North American International Livestock Exposition. She has since gone on to judge several shows, such as the Little American Royal in Colorado, the Kansas Summer 4-H Show, and multiple county fairs. Katie and her husband have bred and owned multiple champions across both the Jersey and Brown Swiss breeds. Today they own and operate ZK Cattle, where they focus on raising high-quality registered Jersey and Brown Swiss cattle. In our middle ring, the intermediate showman, our judge today is Hannah Simpson from Salem, Ohio. Hannah is a dairy nutrition consultant with Centera Co-op, where she specializes in calf and heifer nutrition. Along with her husband Ben and their 3 children, Brooks, Walker, and Elena, they exhibit cattle under the prefix of Prelude Ohio Genetics, and they enjoy showing at the county, state, and national levels. Hannah has an accomplished background in dairy judging, beginning with her participation on the Ohio 4-H Dairy Judging Team that placed 2nd at World Dairy Expo in 2014. She was also high individual at the All-American Dairy Show that same year. In 2015, she competed on the ATI Dairy Judging Team, which went undefeated at all 3 national contests. She concluded her competitive judging career at the Ohio State University, earning 2nd high individual at the All-American Dairy Show in 2018. Hannah is passionate about giving back to the dairy industry and enjoys using her expertise to mentor and encourage youth exhibitors as they develop both in and out of the show ring. In our senior ring, our judge is Damon Berkey. He's from Maria Stein, Ohio, and is the owner-operator of Steinway Dairy, along with his wife Jackie and their 3 daughters, Paige, Madison, and Hannah. Damon is in business with his parents, Dave and Jane. Steinway Dairy is home to 120 registered Holsteins and Brown Swiss in West Central Ohio, where they exhibit at county, district, state, and national shows. It is safe to say that Judge Berkey has our most experienced and most likely our toughest division of the day. But he says he is honored to be here and be a part of the journey for our youth. Let's give a round of applause to all 3 of our judges today. Our judges are making their final decisions in Heat 3. So if you're in Heat 4, you need to be headed to ringside.
In our senior division, we had a small peak this time in the last. I sorted them out the same way. I did not put them in any particular order. Again, I just went down the line. I asked questions, and the kids knew it. But then kids struggle with it a little bit, but that's part of it now as a senior showman. Get to know your animal and how to present her, and I sort of kind of in order. The kids that had their heifer looking the best the entire eyes on me the entire time, and were quickest and smoothest with their answers, kind of sorted themselves at the top faster for me today. So we get a round of applause for our third heat here in the senior division.
a smaller class in our heat of intermediate showmen, but starting off with this young lady, I feel like she commanded the ring when she walked in. Her and her heifer were just in line the whole way through. And when I harp on leg placement, and it's not necessarily about how quick you can get those legs set up, but how correctly you do it for the animal that you're leading. Sometimes what you think might look right doesn't look good on one heifer, looks good on another heifer. And that just kind of goes to show what kind of showman you have when they know how and where to set those legs up. But this lady, just so smooth on the halter, very knowledgeable. Gave her a couple pointers to come back in for overall, and taking nothing away from this young man in second with the Swiss cap. Just explain, don't need to switch those legs when I'm walking in front when you guys are in line. But so knowledgeable, kept his legs underneath of him. Taking nothing away from this lady with the big Holstein heifer. She just tended to get those back legs stretched out, but I really appreciate when she circled back around to correct her heifer in line. The young man with the jersey loved how smooth he is on the halter. Told him I'd like to change the way he held the halter just so he looked a little bit more comfortable when he was in the ring. And taking nothing away from this young man with the cow. The cow just a little much for him today. I like to give himself a little bit more room from that edge of the show ring, but a really good job. Congratulations. As we get into the older juniors here, it gets a little more harder to place them, which I kind of appreciate. But this young lady coming out here with this black Holstein, it's just kind of like a team. Every time I'd look, she kind of knew where I was, and she knew how to set her heifer up. She's just calm and collective when she was out here in the ring today. This lady coming out here in second with this bigger red heifer, when they first approached the ring, she caught my eye. She kind of lost way, and then she came back. I told her that she just needs to be a little quicker than the young lady here with the black heifer and just know where I am. The young man coming out here with the Guernsey, I told him, I said, you have the best leading heifer in the class. I just wish that he would just pinch her down just a little bit and give her a little more stage presence when he was setting her up. Nothing to take away from this young gentleman here with the jersey. I told him, the young gentleman with the Guernsey cap there, that they were like neck and neck. So when they come back for the final round, that they really need to work and know where I am. That was the only thing that I told him that he needed to do, was just kind of look for the judge. Nothing to take away from the rest of the class today. I just wish they were a little quicker in the feet placement and knowing where I am in the ring and leading their animals today.
All right, as we finished Heat 3 in all of our rings, in Heat 3 in the junior show, we have 4 individuals who will be coming back to compete for overall champion. And they are Graham Jenkins, Jax Ayers, Esther Van Bauer, and Heidi Groovy. In our intermediate Heat 3, we have 3 individuals that will be returning for overall champion, Ruth Von Bauer, Sahara Garrison, and Hunter Powelson. And in senior showmanship, there'll be 3 individuals from Heat 3 returning, and that's Audrey Seidel, Sutton Paulson, and Amelia Stone. Congratulations to all those individuals.
So in our heat of finals, heat of senior division, I sorted the kids up to the top, and they were just a little more smooth on questions. I sort of float around the ring with them without fighting them or head placement. Just go straight. And nothing away from the kids that didn't do it quite as fast. It's just something to work on in the future. But the top two girls will be coming back for the final heat here. So please give our final heat senior showman a round of applause.
In our last heat in senior showmanship, there'll be 2 individuals returning for overall champion, and that's Carissa Pittman and Olivia Finke. Congratulations to those 2 ladies. Okay, senior showman, if you want to head back this way for overall champion, you can do that. So here's our list. We need to see Taylor Stone, Ava Lammers, Renee Bach, Maddie Varga, Emma Hirschberger, Kaden Bursick, Audrey Seidel, Sutton Paulson, Amelia Stone, Olivia Finke, and Carissa Pittman. Good luck, Judge. Once again, we would like to thank American Dairy Association Mideast for helping sponsor the show. And if you had pizza tonight, you know that it came from American Dairy Association. Additionally, we'd like to thank Sullivan Supply for the awards that they've given out tonight. The winning senior showman tonight will be winning the Terry Ron Award. Hailing from Canal, Winchester, Ohio, Terry grew up on his family's farm consisting of registered Holsteins. He was active in showing at all levels, starting at a young age. After the herd dispersed in 1981, Terry found himself as a Hokie at Virginia Tech, where he was a member of the winning team at the national contest in 1984. Upon graduation, Terry worked in the AI business for 20 years as a signer analyst and regional sales manager. He then had the opportunity to manage several dairies across the U.S. and judge at all levels. From 2006 up until his departure in February 2023, Terry served as an official for the International Post-Secondary Dairy Judging Contest held at World Dairy Expo. Terry had a deep appreciation for youth and what showmanship meant regarding someone's efforts, enthusiasm, and dedication. For Terry, it all came down to the little things like clean ears and a shiny, fluffy tail. He always wanted to honor the young people that put forth the extra effort to show that the little things matter. It is in his honor that the Terry Ron Guild presents the Terry Ron Award, which will be given to the winning senior showman this evening. Renee Bach, we're still missing you for overall senior showman, so if you'd please head to the ring at this time. In our junior ring, the judge is finishing her decision in Heat 4. So Heat 5 in the junior division, please be at ringside.
we're starting the class here with this young lady with this red heifer. She just caught my attention when she walked in the ring. She's just calm, she's collected, she knew where I was. Her and her heifer are working hard together. Nothing to take away from the young lady here with the black heifer. I just told her I'd like to just, once she has her heifer set, I just want her to leave her alone. She looks good, she's calm, she's cool. She's just not as quick as the heifer here, as the lady here with the red heifer. I just want her to just let her be when she's in the ring. Just let her heifer show herself a little more, just the way that her heifer is. This young gentleman here with the brown Swiss heifer, he's just kind of chill, which I like that about him. I just wish he was a little quicker, like the young lady here with the red heifer, just quick, setting his heifer up and just letting her be. That's about all I have for this class today. I just want the kids to know, like, how when I tell them to pull into the line, let their heifers or their cows be, and just leave them alone, quit touching. Once they look great, just leave them there, have confidence. The young gentleman here with the Ayrshire heifer, she peed and I just wanted him to stop, set her up, get her recollected, and then continue showing. But a fine job from this class of junior showmen.
Okay, we're entering the ring with Heat 5 in junior showmanship. In Heat 4, we have two individuals that will be coming back to compete for overall champion, and that's Bentley Cole and Maya Seacrest. Judge Berkey is making a decision in the senior showmanship ring, and Judge Simpson is finishing up with Heat 4 in the intermediate ring.
Our last heat of intermediate showmen, these two young ladies here up at the top did not make it easy on me. And I told them they could also fight for the end in the overall intermediate showman here in just a couple minutes. But this lady with the Jersey heifer, I think she came in the ring, and I keep saying this over and over again, but the ones that they command the ring, their heifer, and then they command the ring. If you watch this young lady walk, she walks in step with her heifer, how smooth she is on the halter. She keeps her heifer put together at all times. She's always watching me, keeping those legs tucked underneath her when she needs to. Just gave her a couple little pointers, but taking nothing away from the young lady with the Holstein heifer. The Holstein heifer just liked to kind of throw herself out of line a couple times, but it's always a testament to how you are as a showman when you can handle some of the temperaments of some of these heifers, especially when they get up into those yearling ages. They are not easy. So to see how they can command those heifers is truly a testament to the showman that they are. Taking nothing away from the man with the milk cow, a lot of knowledge from him. He knew a lot about his cow. Just like to have him set up those back legs for a milk cow versus a heifer. But I really appreciate the fact that he brought in a milk cow and he had good head carriage and controlled that cow. The heifer, the young lady with the Guernsey heifer, loved the head carriage and the way that she walked around the ring. Just like to see that heifer just lead a little smoother on the halter for her today. She was giving her a round for her money. Like to get that lead strap unlooped. Same with, and then the lady with the red and white heifer, that heifer was also giving her a hard time there at the end. Just like to see her head carriage a little bit, especially when she's in line, and keep those rear legs underneath of her. The young lady with the Guernsey, really liked how smooth she was on the halter. Just like to get those rear legs underneath of her, especially when she's in line. Taking nothing away from the other two individuals here, the lady with the Jersey, smooth, the heifer walked really smoothly for her. Just like to see that lead strap unlooped and then that hand placement in the halter, just a little bit different. The young lady with the red calf, just a little bit more knowledge on the calf, and then watching how she sets her up and keeps her put together in line. But a really good class of intermediate showmen. Congratulations.
That was my final. That was. Okay, now.
That concludes Heat 4 in intermediate showmanship.
Okay.
And there'll be two individuals from that heat returning for overall showmanship in the intermediate division. And that would be Kenley Seacrest and Lauren Albright. So we're ready for overall intermediate showman. So these individuals should be returning to the ring at this time. Avery Randall, Mackenzie Top, Brady Cole, Luke Albright, Emma Hahn, Audrey Lammers, Kylie Holmes, Ruth Bombauer, Sahara Garrison, Hunter Powson, Lauren Albright, and Kenley Seacrest. We're just finishing up in Heat 5 in junior showmanship, so those individuals that are in Heat 6 should be at ringside at this time.
What a tremendous job of juniors that we have in this heat. I pulled these two young gentlemen to the top of the class today, just the way that they handled their heifers. They are a team. This young gentleman pulling out, no flaws. He just stuck out ever since he walked in the ring. They just make a perfect pair. The way he holds her head, the way he stops her, the way he sets her up, just does a beautiful job. This young gentleman coming out here in second, I just wish he pulled throat a little bit to make his heifer look a little more, have a little more pop to her show appearance today, or he would have been over this gentleman here coming out in first. Nothing to take away from the lovely lady here out with the brown Swiss heifer. Just wish she was a little quicker, setting up her feet and legs just as the two boys ahead of her. And the lady here with the cow, every time I look at her, she would have a different feet setting. Just wish she would just get the correct feet setting, and once I look at her, she would stop and leave her there. But overall, a tremendous class of junior showmen.
Returning from Heat 5 for overall showman will be Chase Call and Eli R. Our judges now ready for Heat 6 in the junior showmanship division, and that will be the last heat in junior showmanship.
So Judy said at the beginning, this was by far the hardest class I've ever judged. These 11 individuals have done a magnificent job. Judy asked me when I went to the table if I was flipping a coin, and there was times in my head I was flipping a coin. Can we give these 11 exhibitors a round of applause, please? Start with the young man first. The biggest thing I noticed with him is when we switch cattle, it's not the most popular thing to do, but when we switched it, he went out and he examined the heifer that he was going to take, and then when we switched back, he examined the heifer that we had, and then he went and examined his own heifer before taking her back. I thought that stood out to me, and he wasn't in a hurry. He took his time and he found out what he wanted and made sure he got her back in line when he took the halter back from the person that had it with before him. Same thing with the second and third and on down the line. They did just, when we switched heifers and everybody went out and took their time and they looked at their heifers, you start to nitpick little things. And for me, some of it was getting the heifer's feet in line, and you kind of have to weigh the fact, well, maybe the heifer that they were leading wasn't cooperating with them if it wasn't their animal, and you tried not to hit them too hard with that, but at the same time, being a senior showman, they needed to be able to handle that. And I tried to sort it that way. And one of these 11 kids, they've got a very, very bright future leading cattle in the show world. So again, can we give these 11 individuals a round of applause, please?
That's still just, that's just, you know.
For this last heat of juniors, I pulled two very close ladies to the top of the class today. Just this young lady pulling this heifer out in first right now. I just like the way that they work as a team, and that's what I've been looking for all night, is just how well the handler and the heifer or cow cooperate together and how quick they can be getting into line and getting them looking their presence as best as possible. Nothing to take away from this lady here in second. I just wish that she was just a little quicker. And again, this weather is not helping any of these exhibitors here this evening. Nothing to take away from anyone in the rest of the class. I really appreciated this class. They were all spot on when I was walking behind them and they were changing their feet and legs or pulling throat or setting them up the way that I needed them to be. But the two girls just separate themselves to the top of the class.
Okay, juniors, in Heat 6, there are two of you that are returning. So that's Madeline Potras and Lauren Ford. So the rest of you that should be headed back for overall showman as showman in junior showmanship, Lorelei Ostervik, Noah Arp, Cooper Call, Brantley Hess, Graham Jenkins, Jax Ayers, Esther Baumauer, Heidi Gruby, Bentley Cole, Maya Sechrist, Chase Call, and Eli Arp. So you should be headed to the ring at this time. Judge Simpson is finishing up with intermediate showmanship. We'd like to thank Judge Berkey for the outstanding job that he did in a really, really tough group of seniors today. So overall winner in senior showmanship was Sutton Paulson. Second went to Carissa Pittman. Third to Katie Bursick. Fourth, Taylor Stone. Fifth, Emma Hirschberger. Sixth, Amelia Stone. Seventh, Olivia Finke. Eighth to A.O. Lammers. Ninth to Maddie Varga, and 10th to Audrey Seidel. Congratulations to all our seniors.
He has an email that too.
Wow, 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 wow. If you have watched the intermediate showmen today, we are very proud here in Ohio for the future that we have in our dairy showmen and what's coming up on the line. I joked with the kids that they were out for blood when they came out for this overall heat. When I switched holders on and put them on different animals, it's amazing to see just how they can interact with an animal that they've never walked before. And I think that's really what sets some of these apart. And these top 3 individuals, they did not make it easy on me. And I think on a different day, it could be a different story. But for me, this young lady with the Holstein, I really appreciate how she handled the heifer when we switched. She kept her in line. She fought her a lot throughout, but to see how she handled that experience, I really appreciated. She kept her heifer together. She took some of the notes that I had given to her in the original class, so I really appreciated that. And it was really splitting hairs when it came between her and the young lady with the jersey. Just again, I appreciated the way that the young lady with the Holstein handled the other heifer when they had switched in line. But this young lady with the jersey, just so smooth on the halter, keeps her legs underneath her. The heifer just slides so smoothly for her. This young man with the heifer in third, the heifer was acting up pretty much the whole time in class, and I think gave him a little bit of a workout for him. But just to see when he switched halters, how he interacted with that animal that wasn't his, it shows that sometimes there could be some temperaments with heifers, and they're still good showmen. This young lady with the calf, really liked when she got on the jersey. Just like her to slow down and take more steps with the jersey so she's one with the animal. But a wonderful, wonderful class of intermediate showmen. Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge Simpson, for our intermediate winners. Our overall winner in intermediate showmanship is Ruth Bombauer. Second is Lauren Albright. Third, Brady Cole. Fourth, Mackenzie Top. Fifth went to Kenley Sechrist. Sixth to Luke Albright. Seventh to Kylie Holmes. 8 to Emma Hahn. 9th to Sahara Garrison, and 10th to Audrey Lammers. Congratulations to our intermediate showmanship winners.
It's looks
Because they're gonna take the
look,
card out.
it looks like that. So just sit up at the top. Wait. Sit up at the top.
Well, this isn't how I set it up for tomorrow. I've got it totally different, but I'll just get rid of our logo and put theirs in there. No big deal.
Where's our logo?
We took it off right now, but it will be Here, I can show you what tomorrow's going to look like. So, this won't be down there, that won't be down there. That'll be, no, that's not there. That and that. That's how tomorrow will be. So then I'll just get rid of our barn works and put this team down there because it's kind of the same as PBS, kind of long and narrow.
Let's give these juniors a round of applause. This has been a very long junior showmanship, so these kiddos deserve it. This young gentleman pulling out in first, I just love the way that these two work together, overall stage presence. I even told him that he could come show my cow tomorrow if he really wanted to. I just love the way that he's just calm. He is just relaxed. Nothing to take away from this young gentleman here in second. When I told him to come back out, I wanted to see him pull throat on this yearling heifer, and he did exactly that. I had him in third there for a while, and then he just had his heifer looking the best that he has. Every time that I was looking at her over this young lady here with the red heifer, I wish she wouldn't make so much eye contact with me, that she would focus a little more on her heifer, and I told her just to tuck her tail down every once in a while, just to, focus on your heifer too. It's not always focusing on the judge. Nothing to take away from the rest of the class today. Just eye presence and feet placement was what I was really looking for today. So congratulations to everybody.
Is that it?
Thank you, Judge Barry. So in our junior showmanship, our overall winner today was Eli Art. Second went to Chase Call. Third to Maya Seacrest. Fourth to Madeline Podras. Fifth to Heidi Gruby. Sixth to Jax Ayers. 7, Noah R. 8, Esther Von Bauer. 9, to Brantley Hess, and 10 to Lorelei Ostrovic. Congratulations to our winners in junior showmanship. We look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow morning starting at 8 o'clock with the Jersey Show. Cows will show first. See you there.
That's it.